So this person asks, Tom, could you please rank every president of your lifetime from worst to best? I've lived under 10 presidents, technically 11 since Trump is serving a second term, but 10 men has served as president in my lifetime. Those 10 men would be Nixon. I was born at the tail end of the Nixon administration. Nixon, then Ford, then Carter, then Reagan, then Poppy Bush, then Clinton, then George W. Bush, then Obama, then Trump, then Biden. And once again, Trump's in again, but we're just going to use Trump as one term to, whether he serves out both terms or not is irrelevant. He's one guy, okay? So best and worst presidents of that 10. Here's my order. You said go from worst to best. Trump is the worst at 10. Reagan, 9. Ford, 8. Poppy Bush, 7. W, 6. Carter, 5. Biden, 4. Clinton, 3. Obama, 2. Nixon, 1. That's my list. Donald Trump is the worst president in American history for one reason and one reason only. He's the only sitting president in American history to actively try to overthrow, violently, physically try to overthrow his own government and install himself as a dictator. That one act alone makes him the worst president ever. In my opinion, the freeing of the slaves is the one act alone that makes Lincoln the best president ever. But in my lifetime, he is definitely the worst. Reagan is definitely number 9 on that list, the second worst. Reagan's damage is still being felt to this day. And while I look at Obama as being an incredibly successful president, that I think was a very consequential president, Nixon has to be number 1. And I've done this video a bunch of times, but for anybody that hasn't seen it, I'm sure they're going to come into the comment section and go, how could you possibly say Nixon was number 1? Watergate, the racism, the war on drugs. Yes, I didn't say he was perfect, not by any stretch of the imagination, but Nixon is the best president of my lifetime. Think about what Nixon did in one term. Nixon served a 4-year term and then got reelected to a second 4-year term, but had to resign very, very, very early in that second term because of the Watergate scandal. Keep in mind, Richard Nixon was not involved in Watergate. That he had no hand in that. Richard Nixon got busted for Watergate because he tried to help cover up what happened in Watergate because he thought it would make himself look bad. And yes, he had some racist tendencies to him. And yes, the war on drugs was sort of kicked off by Reagan or by Nixon. But think about Nixon's track record in that one term that he did serve. He founded OSHA, making sure you have a safe workplace. He founded the Environmental Protection Agency, making sure we have clean water and air. He signed Title IX, women in college sports. He ended the military draft and put us on an all-voluntary military. He was the first president in American history to recognize China as a nation. He appointed 4 Supreme Court justices in that first term. He dedicated the first $100 million to fight cancer, which at the time was a massive amount. Nixon's accomplishments read like a liberal's wet dream. So Nixon 1, Trump 10.